Alright, guys, we are ready. We are live after a few minutes of waiting. We are finally up and running.
We
Uh-oh.
are ready.
Oh
We
no,
are
I have my Twitch audio open, so I'm
live after-
echoing. Whoops. Oof.
Let me tweet
God.
the stream while I can as well.
Yeah. You should put like an asterisk next to the 8:30 start time saying like times may vary or something.
Yeah.
It's an Xbox COD thing.
There will be one day where we just go without technical difficulties.
Yeah, wouldn't that be
Anything
great?
bad.
Alright, well I don't know when Slasher's gonna be getting here. Or Armani. We'll just have to see. I'll try adding them to the call so they can just hop in when they want. Oh, did I add him? I did. Alright, so he can hop in at any time now. Where is...
Who was it that kept calling me Allier? I completely forgot who it was.
I don't remember. Oh wait, there it is. There's Armani's.
I want to say it was Logicals, but I'm not 100%.
Probably. I just remembered too from last time. I need to turn my mic volume up. Give this a little boost. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully it's not too overpowering either. I think it's about even with everything else, so that's good. Alright. Well, so let's get into this.
Mm.
Where's this? Where do I need to put this? Let's see if I can get a graphic up on the screen real quick that we can start
It's a
off
good job
with.
Slash was at least thinking of topics though, because
What?
I don't
Sorry.
have anything. It's
Oh,
a good
the
job that
topics.
Slash was thinking of topic, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think of one thing.
I'm really glad he does that. Here, I'm gonna put right up on the screen right now. The Pink League finals. So there's a bit of weird circumstances surrounding that because in the very last week the Divine roster just completely fell apart, like right at the end. So they were like what, 13-0 or something, and then they just fell apart.
Oh, the
They shouldn't
Divine.
play.
Oh, that was well, that was let me just get the list up here because I've got a list full of spot owners and things like that. Okay,
didn't
so
they just like the players abandoned the spot, right?
okay, so this was the thing. Okay, so let me think about the roster. I believe it was Dedicate, Nyrock, Flamingo, and actually no, I think Dedicate left and was replaced by Tricky. I can't remember who the
Wait, that actually
new
did
player
they
was.
actually play a match like that?
I think so. I think they played a couple. And Flogging US, I think his name Flogging LG, was always the spot owner for Divine.
Yeah, he played with
Well,
them way
Flogging
back in the
plays-
beginning.
Yeah, but Flogging plays for Lux. So what
Ah.
Flogging did when Divine was 14-0 was he took his spot back, changed the roster, and changed the organization to Lux. So as the spot owner, he could do that. So the 14-0 that is shown as Lux was actually still Divine, but he basically took back the team at the very end.
Yeah, I mean it's like it was really a like sort of unfortunate situation given like all that Divine had went through, because it was basically like they had done all this work, gotten a perfect spot, and then it just all falls apart and none of the players get to reap any of the rewards.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
little unfortunate.
even like some of the guys on Creature, they were saying that they wanted to give their spot to Kazil because they didn't think that they earned it, but it was like Divine certainly earned it. So it's, I mean, I would like to see Dedicate have another go. I think he's on Paroxysm in the Green League, I
Yeah,
think, and
yeah,
he's checked
yeah.
rosters.
By the way, Eddie says hi.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
you
Eddie.
saw that. You saw that. Ah,
Yeah,
shoot.
I thought I'd give him the English hi and the text hi. Let me take a look, see what. Oh, yeah, Dedicate's playing with Tiki's, Fame, and K Slays. Fame, I think Tiki's, Fame, and K Slays, they already qualified with Logic Gaming, so they're already in the finals.
Okay.
But whether they're going to play for them in the actual finals, I don't know yet. So that's months away.
All right. Isn't what was I gonna say? Didn't Kazil break up too? I think that
I
was
think
in. I
so.
think that
Yeah,
was in Slasher's notes. Kazil
yeah,
actually
it
ended up
was.
breaking up.
They're on
So,
Berserk era now. So
so
that's
them giving
Jankor,
Creature giving up their
Haywire.
spot wouldn't have even done anything.
Yeah. So it's Jankor, Haywire, Loyal, and Skip.
I don't like Skip.
Unfortunately, I don't know too much about the. Honestly, I really don't know much about the players. I
Skip,
only
I
I
know
only
him
know
from
Divine mostly
Vulcans.
because you just streamed all the Divine matches.
Yeah, Skip. I'd say he's average in terms of like, this sort of talent. Like he's average talent in these sort of leagues. Um, I don't have too good of a history with him because of a dispute back in a Vulcan League match, so I may be a little biased in my opinion of him. But I he's just pretty. He's an average player, maybe a little above average. I think in Green League, just because there's so many like new people coming in, he's probably gonna be like one of the top teams.
Possibly, we'll have to see. And also, well, again, Dino got a new team and is
Uh,
back in.
Dude, there's been so much stuff like between
Always finds a
this
way
this
back in.
podcast and the last one. I mean, this like there was barely any changes like throughout almost all of Pink League. Like there's just a good like 50% of it like, well, I wouldn't say no, but barely any roster changes. Then all of a sudden, just like, I don't know if there's any roster that's the same. I mean, God's Children I think is the same, but they kind of keep to themselves, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much. They just schedule, play the match, and then they don't really cause any fuss, which is good.
Yeah, yeah. Lux Nation. What's that roster?
Looks. I think that'll be on the Pink League one, but I think that was Griga. Do you know what? Actually, let me just get it.
I know Griga. I
Well,
remember him. Do you know if they had
oh,
any roster changes, or did they stick together?
no, I think they were under the Four Bandits, and then I think they
Oh yeah,
paid
Griga was
Lux
four
to make them
four
the
bands.
team.
Oh, so
So
they
when
pretty
Flogging
much
took back, yeah,
they
when
essentially
Flogging
bought
took
it.
back his team, yeah, when Flogging took back his team from Divine, that basically he used the original Lux team that was in there. He used their roster in Divine's spot, and then Griga
Oh,
paid
smart,
Lux to add
smart.
them to that previous spot.
Does Floggin have stake in Lux?
Um, Actually, I don't know.
Wonder if like Lux gave him any compensation or whatever.
Maybe.
All right, and then Creature, they had a whole mess of roster changes, didn't they? They momentarily picked up Nyrock, and then there was an issue with him, and I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff. I don't even know if they have this, like, I mean, I'd assume there's at least one of the original players on, but two or three players are new, like, compared to last week. I know Slasher is no longer on the team. At least I think he's no longer on the team. I don't think Eddie's on the team anymore.
No, Eddie, if you're still watching the stream, you need to explain the situation because I know you were stressing about stuff
Yeah,
before.
there's a bunch of stuff that went down, and I couldn't keep up with all of it. There's just, like, so much that goes on in the chats that is... I can't always, like, figure out what's what.
Yeah, because Eddie was saying something. I think he might have like left and then was trying to pick up another spot, but basically I told him he can't because you can't transfer spots. So I think he's sort of missed out.
Uh,
The Four Bandits was then changed to Lux, so it's so Lux Nation, which was third, was Griga, Roasting, Royal, and Tweezy.
okay. I think... that... I'm trying to think of, like, for the series finals, which of these teams, like, because there's so much fluctuation, which of these teams would actually do good. God's children, they keep to themselves, but I think they could like sort of be like silent but deadly. You know,
Yeah.
they don't really, there's not a whole lot on them, so it's sort of hard to prepare for them, and they're obviously talented. So I feel like they might go undetected, end up causing a bit of a mess for the established teams. Creature, I have no clue. Lux Gaming, they should be good. Lux Nation, I don't really have a clue either. There's just a lot of unknowns coming out of this because of all the like crazy roster stuff that happened right at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the unknown teams kind of coming through though, because
It's cool.
well, it gives
It's
them a bit more
interesting.
recognition.
Yeah.
I think most people want to assume that Cat 4 and the Unreal Nightmare squads are just going to win like the whole thing, but it's nice to see, if you can get a couple of
Yeah.
upset matches in there
Is
for
it
teams like God's Children.
It's single Elam, right?
Yeah, there's 4 groups of 8. No, sorry, 8 groups of 4, and then the top 2 from each group goes through, and there's 16 teams in single elimination.
So I mean, like, someone only needs one good series, and they can knock Cat 4 right out of it, and then it's like that's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. Hoff said,
Yeah, when we get
Cyber's team
Slasher
started
here,
with Zerk.
we can elaborate more on Creature.
See what Huff said though. Cyber team started with Zerk, Swifty, Realms, and Goat. The team decided to let go Realms and pick up Kippings. And when I was on a trip, some things happened. Yeah, it's great. Like, it's just it's weird how roster changes can occur just like within a couple of hours.
It was. Well, and it seemed like almost sudden, but I think it'd been building up for a long time. A lot of this stuff. Actually, I don't know about Creature. I think it was like Creature. They saw an opportunity to get someone who had like been really good in IROC, but I think they kind of ignored his like availability issues. And then that just threw a whole wrench in their whole thing. They kind of screwed themselves over with that.
I'm pretty sure I saw Eddie trying to drop himself from week 1 though, because he was saying he was trash and was costing. So he was trying to get off the team from week 1, but they just wouldn't let him go.
Like, we can't get anyone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, someone I really want to talk about is Flamingo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Flamingo. He was. So obviously he was on that Divine roster. He got dropped. I believe as of now he is still a free agent. He is. I mean, you agree with me that he's like one of the top ARs on Xbox, at least in this community of players?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I remember, I think you were casting a Doc CTF, and he was kind of, I think, not losing, but they didn't really have control. And then Flamingo, I think, actually started with a sub.
I think I remember that.
And then I think
he just completely turned
like,
up.
Yeah, he was the first to get to 30 kills. He started his returns were insane, and he pretty much switched the game for them.
So yeah, according to his Twitter, he's still a free agent. My organization Risen actually tried hitting him up, and he said he's looking just for a full a team of 3 that he can just join in. He from what my organization was talking to him about, he doesn't want to grab a few players here and there and then sort of put a mesh of players together. He wants to get an established roster who just dropped a player and just fill right in.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
He's being selective with who he's trying to get on a team with, but I think it'll work out for him if he gets a good team. Obviously, I think it's tougher to find a team that way, but I think if he does find a team, it'll be for the best.
Yeah, it's a good decision though, because you can't. I don't like the fact that rosters change all the time, and I wish. I mean, there is something I can do about it, but it takes away a lot of freedom for the teams to make changes. I don't want to restrict teams. I want to give them the chance to change as much as they want, but sometimes there has to be a limit on it.
So for the series final, I'm assuming no one can change their rosters at
what I'll
at
do
the beginning.
Is about on the Tuesday. I think it'll be Tuesday the 4th. No, that's way too late. Let me just get the date real quick. It'll be Tuesday the 25th of September. I'm going to give teams a team of five, so four mains and a sub, and then they can only use one sub um, during the week one matches, which is group stages. And once the group stages are done, I'll let them change maximum of two players, and then they can use one sub um, for the rest of the knockout stages.
Okay. I think that's. I remember. It's like I sort of like came into this community through Vulcans. I think they have they have like a roster lock for playoffs, I believe, and they do a similar thing where it's like limited subs instead of having it like pretty liberal throughout the season. So, yeah, that seems right.
I don't want people to go crazy because it's like,
Yeah.
if you sign up with a roster, you need to stay with the roster.
My team was like the exact opposite. We we stuck with each other when we were playing three guys, and we were always trying to find a fourth, and we never could.
But that's the thing, though. When you're on a team that's not good,
we
you
were
know
terrible.
You know that you can't split up though because you feel that you're not good enough to join another team.
Yeah,
so you might as well just all stick together.
It. Yeah, like I think I was the worst player on the team. Like if I got dropped, I wasn't getting on another team. At least not another one that would have a shot at winning a single league match anywhere. So I was like, this is it for me. The other two players.
This is the highest level you're gonna go.
The other two players, I think they were just like nervous on hopping on another team because like it's a lot easier to play with people who you're comfortable with too. It's a lot of chemistry, knowing what your teammate's gonna do. You have to adjust a lot if you find a new team.
Yeah, I understand. Because it's like we won't just play bad; we'll play bad together. We'll do this as a team.
I mean, it's like the Optic Gaming roster. They stuck together for what? Almost 3 years before they. No, it was over. It was what was it? It had to have been like 2.5 years that roster was assembled before they won before they won COD champs. But they never gave up. They stuck together, went through thick and thin, and ended up getting a championship. I mean, obviously it's not worked out now, but it's a whole different set of situations. But sticking with a team for a long time, you build up the chemistry. You know how they're going to play. It can really give you an advantage that a lot of other people who are changing up won't have.
Yeah, I feel like with the Optic roster, I was kind of confident about it, but I don't know, because normally you hear the names Formal and Karma, and you just think like best in the world.
Well, I don't think that about Formal right now. He's sort of taking that title away from himself.
But like in general, Karma and Formal, those names you just consider to be some of the best in the world, and then you hear Octane and Methods. Now Octane's done very well so far in World War II, but it doesn't have the same impact, if you know what I mean. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't sound like they don't sound like Optic players to me.
No, they do not. No, not at all. I completely agree with that. Methods on Optic. I mean, he had a ton of bad blood with them like a while ago too. It's really weird, but I mean it's working for them. I guess it's like that's what it boils down to. Are they getting the wins? Which is one of the things that confuses me when top teams, like especially in like Kinetic, like I mean I guess that there was internal issues, but Divine, if I were Divine, I would have done all I could to stay together. Like I wouldn't have started anything with any players, tried to stay out of arguments, everything like that. Try to stick together because it's working out so well. Like you got to put in some extra effort at that point.
It's like if you got a good thing going, why would you not want to do everything you could to keep it where it is?
Yeah.
It just makes complete sense.
It's like Optic. I mean, like Formal and Scump. Like, geez, like put your social stuff aside and just be teammates. Like, what?
Yeah.
You could have. They could be better. They could have won another champs if they had not let their like personalities get in the way of each other.
Yeah, it was kind of a thing I always sort of thought about was there's 4 huge players on the Optic roster, and surely at some point one ego is just going to get too much.
Yeah.
Even though like you really don't want to see it, and it sort of felt like it was they just sort of clicked. Obviously they did, but it was kind of coming, but just didn't expect it to be now, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like the chat is having a common consensus of they want us to talk about some Green League teams. I'm not too I don't know too much about them.
I can attempt to make
I
some
have
comments. I
I
think
have
someone
all
asked
the
about rated.
I have all the team names up on the screen. So, um, I've casted temps before. I think they lost. I'm trying to remember who
Attempts.
that was against. That might have been a Divine Vulcan League match.
Possibly. I know Temps
I
was.
remember them as being at least somewhat decent though.
Yeah, I think Temps was in pink just for a little bit until the org was kind of changed by the spot owner. So I don't really know too much about that specific roster.
Yeah. A lot of these, like, I don't really know, like, do you just have, like, a master list of every roster? Or is it too up in the air right now to, like, tell?
Oh, if you go onto my Twitter and then click the live league sheet, there's a rosters page.
Okay. Because matches are underway in that league, right? The Green League? They started,
They
Tuesday, right?
No, that was when rosters were collected. Matches can start in 3 hours.
Oh, I think not. Is that. I think Nog is playing his right now.
Well, if he reports it, it's not going to get counted.
Uh,
They even asked multiple times in the chat, can they do that? And I said, no. And then even Killergy said no. And, well, the thing is, if they report it tomorrow, there's nothing I can do about it because I won't know that they played it today. But if they report it today,
yeah,
then I'm just going to say, well, no.
yeah.
You've been told that's not how it works.
I see all these graphics you have on the website. Where's the live league sheet? Let me click on that. Wait, why do you already have stuff played on here?
They were from forfeit wins for teams not adding rosters.
Oh, okay.
So the rosters need to be added on the Tuesday before the Friday of the start of the league. And then if they don't submit on a Tuesday, that they forfeit round one. If they don't submit by the Wednesday, that's 2 forfeits. And then on the Thursday, that's 3 forfeits. So I'm pretty sure Subjection, Black, and Arctic Nation are going to be made free wins within the next few days.
Alright, I have up on my screen now the sheet. So we see on Rated, that was one of the ones that people wanted to talk about. Okay, let me get the chat up on the side of my screen so I can see what everyone is saying. Alright, so who wanted to see Rated?
I think it was Naga actually. I think Naga's team, I'm pretty sure is pretty solid.
Dehedron wanted to see Rated. I don't know who that is.
Let me. Is he not on the roster?
But so, according to this, the roster for Rated, we have Spicy. I can't tell if this guy's name is Drip Drop or Water.
I think just Drip Drop will do.
Drip Drop, yeah, we got Spicy, Drip Drop, Zilvo, and Experimental. I have never heard of any of those players.
I haven't heard of any. I've seen Zilvo retweet a couple things, but that's about it.
There's
Armani's 2 team rateds, by the way.
I was confused. Armani's gamer tag is Reaps as well, right?
Yes.
Alright, so yeah, I've never heard of anyone on Team Rated. I'll have to, I'll probably be able to get a good impression of them after a couple weeks of gameplay.
Second column, bottom row, is the other team rated team.
Second column, bottom row. Oh, the other one. Venom, I've seen him before. Naga Fam, God Erupt. I mean, it's sort of hard to judge them against other teams because, like I said, there's so many rosters that I don't know.
Yeah, I think they do have a solid team though, because I remember when
Venom Naga and God Erupt, I know are all fairly I guess well. I have a positive impression of them, I guess. From what I've seen, they're at least decent.
Yeah, when I did the IW leagues, I think Venom and Naga were pretty much always teaming. I think they would normally finish around sixth or seventh, but that's with all teams staying in because top eight could make playoffs. So
And
they do kind of
this
they,
is also
they
a lot of the top teams have already played and aren't playing in this green league too.
yeah,
So they might be at the top of this competition.
they could be.
All right, cleanup crew. We got Armani, Weirdo, Wanky, and Respond. I only know Armani because he's been on the show before. He was in Pink League, and I guess he didn't qualify for playoffs. I haven't really seen much of him play, so don't really know what to say about him. Moving on, we have a Void. Zvadix, I believe I've seen him play before, and Jiggly, who was in the chat, I believe, last time. Oh, wait, Jiggly is playing a Team Scrim right now. That's why I know him. He was going to be a guest, but then he had to play Team Scrim.
Yeah.
Then we got RJ Denial. I believe Vadix, from what I've seen, he's not a trash can. That's about all I know.
Only person that I know there is Jiggly, but I've only ever seen. I can only judge him based off other people's tier lists, and they only ever put him tier 3, or someone put him as the only one in tier 5. So I have no comment whatsoever on Jiggly. I don't know anything. Well, I know things about him, but I don't know how good he is.
It's hard because there's so many matches, most of them don't get broadcasted or anything, so it's and even the ones that do, if I'm not casting them, I'd have to spend hours and hours of free time, which actually I may be able to do because tomorrow's my last day of school.
Yeah, are you going to try and mix up the teams? Because maybe not get stuck to one team again this time.
I was only stuck to one team because they were the only team that was asking me, really. There was maybe two other players who were asking me in Kinetic League, and they didn't ask me as often, and usually I had work. But I don't have work over the summer. I don't have school over the summer, so I should be a lot more available.
Well, what I was thinking of doing was if I create a sheet for you, and then you literally fill in your schedule when you're ready to play. All teams will have access to that, and then they just put their match in next to the date and time that you're free, and then hopefully we can get a nice mix of people.
That sounds good. That'd be nice. Now I'm gonna put this out there. Lux, they offered me a position to cast in their league, so there might be some conflict with that. They haven't given me any specifics, but I'll have to figure out the times for that so I can communicate that with people.
Okay.
Subjection Black does not have a roster entered. Paroxysm, we have Dedicate. Very good player from that Divine squad that did so well and then dropped out.
Yep.
Tiki's, they lost to Divine, that's all I know. GI Fame, I believe, lost to Divine. K-Slays lost to Divine. That's literally all I know. So you have
those three under Dedicate, like I said before, they qualified for the series finals under Logic in yellow.
Did they?
Yeah.
So did the roster change or something, and that's why they're not.
Honestly, I don't know yet. Maybe Dedicate's just gonna use them for now, and then.
Yeah, who knows? All right, then. Subjection Black, like I said, no roster. We got Ganimal on Dynamic, Hexadecimals, Ghetto Melons, and Kawa. Literally have never heard of any of them.
I was speaking to Ghetto yesterday. He was kind of saying that the S&D is, I think he said amazing. I can't remember. He said the S&D is amazing, but they need to work on HP. But the CTF's good. So they think they think a lot of their series are going to go to game 5s because the HP isn't very good. But they can hang with anyone in S&D, and the CTF's decent apparently. So
I feel like that's true with a lot of teams, though. Again, speaking to my team, I think 90% of the maps we won were search and destroys. I feel like it's so much easier to close the skill gap in there because you don't need to rely on your raw Slain.
Yeah, there's a bit of patience.
Hardpoint, if you can't keep up with Slain, you're screwed 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, and you don't really slow down.
Search and destroy, you can have less gun skill, but if you have better positioning, you can take the map.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're fairly intelligent players, but maybe not the most naturally skilled.
But with CTF sometimes as well as like teams that are like all four going negative can still be winning
But
in CTF
it's
because
also
it's
so
just
easy for a team like that to just get completely railed in CTF.
yeah.
If they're just constantly like spawning out or whatever, and the team just running back and forth across the map. Seen that happen way too many times, especially on Flak Tower. Flak Tower, it seems like, is built for spawn traps. Alright, Solitaire. We got Danny, Dewey, Domino. They have 5 players on the roster. Nathan and Blassie, again, I've never heard of any of them.
Neither have I, unfortunately.
Subjection, we got Inspire. That rings a bell. Equinox, AV Cobalt, who I've heard of. I think I played Ace with him before. He was better than me, but that's not saying much. And New Deals. So AB Cobalt, I think he has a fair reputation.
Yeah.
I think he may be one of the top
Inspire,
players.
and I think Equinox. I definitely know Inspire, but I think Equinox teamed on. I want to say it was Dog Venom Gaming in yellow, and they missed out on playoffs by 1 map win. And that was they lost 3-2 to Kinetic Esports, and then yeah, my team just about made it, but they was so close. So I think they've got a good enough team to challenge for top 4 again.
Okay. So then, move on to Collateral. We got Hades, Edime, so, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And Caden.
Yeah,
Again,
I don't know. Unfortunately,
never
I don't
heard
know.
of any of them.
Well, that's a good thing though, because maybe they'll surprise us. So
Berserk. So this is what I think a lot of people in the chat and Slasher was mentioning before. Janker on this roster, I believe he was on. I think they're saying there's something up with Subjection. I guess
I can explain that situation. Once
yeah,
we've gone
please,
through the teams,
please.
I can explain that situation.
Okay, cool. But so we got Janker on Berserk, K-Wire, Loyal, and Skip. Again, definitely a team to be reckoned with. Skip has some reputation. Maybe not good reputation with me, but I think overall generally skillful. He's received as skillful by the general community. I don't know much about Janker except all the people writing in the chat to talk about him. So yeah, that's my impression on Berserk. We got Hellbound. Is that the same roster from Pink?
I don't think so.
I think
I wanna say it was
Wild Hog was in Pink, right?
It sounds familiar, but I also feel like he's only just joined.
Really?
I know Mistakes was in Pink, but and Excite and Desire.
Excite, and Desire. They were one of the lower. Hellbound was one of the lower teams in Pink. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe with some of the top competition knocked out, they'll be able to thrive here. All right, Cyber. We got. Is that Dino or Dino? Dino. We got Dino. Let's go. Complex and I got. All I know about is Dino. I don't know too much about his skill. I don't think I've even ever seen him play.
Yeah. So the situation with this roster was they had I can't remember who the original team was, but I think Lost Goat is the one player that they haven't changed yet. So the coach went on a camping trip and then came back with 3 new players and had no idea what was going
really?
on. Yeah.
What? That's crazy. Alright. We've already talked about Rated with Naga Fam and Co. I played GBs with Naga once. He carried me. Alright, Temps. We got 4 players. Actually, I know Tipsy. I've heard of Tipsy before. But then we got King Oblivion, Medellin, and Fazaz. Fazaz.
Yeah, that's about right.
So yeah, not too much known about that team. Then Hidden Fears. So this is interesting. You're gonna have to. I have sort of an interesting prediction for this one, just based off of their roster. We got Killagy, Logicals, Ruthless, and Nyrock. I think picking up Nyrock is a very dangerous move for them. Having Nyrock on the team because he hasn't been too reliable as of late.
Okay.
He's like Divine sort of had their split up. It's sort of like one of the reasons why is because they couldn't scrim much, and I think Nyrock was one of the reasons for that. You know, he was the first one to leave the team because he didn't have enough time. And then after he leaves the team, the whole team falls apart, and then he goes and joins Creature, and then he has kicked off Creature because he doesn't have enough time. If I were Killer Geologicals and Ruthless, I would have not wanted to pick up Nyrock, considering his like recent history. Guess, you know, has to change teams, or has to leave teams twice because of time management or whatever.
Yeah. Piggy and Eddie are saying that that's not a team anymore, so I'm going to speak to Killer G.
Okay.
And I think he's the spot owner, so I'll see what he's doing.
Cool.
Okay, so the situation between who was it now? Okay, so it was between Janka, originally as Kazil, Subjection, and Dark Venom Gaming. So basically, you can't change the spot owner. Whoever pays for the spot is the spot owner. You can change the organization that you choose and the team name, but you can't change the spot owner. Now, DVG had a spot, Subjection had a spot, and Janka had a spot. What Subjection wanted to do was have a second team, so what I thought happened was they paid DVG to include a second spot for Subjection. So we had Subjection Orange and Black. Mm-hmm. But DVG owned the spot that Subjection Black would be playing under.
Okay.
So then the Subjection Esports roster now was originally Subjection Orange, and then Black would be the Berserk roster with Janka. But then what Janka did, because he's a spot owner, he took his own spot back. So he was going to forfeit his own spot and not include a roster, but he took that back and then basically found a new organization, and then that left Subjection Black without a roster, and also left DVG without a roster as well.
So, do you know if did Subjection pay Janker at all? Like in that series of events?
No, I thought that it was Subjection that paid DVG, but I was told in a group chat between Janker and Subjection that there was an agreement. I didn't hear anything about exchange of money.
If I was Subjection and I had to pay money to get that spot, I would be kind of pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you can do like on Twitter, you can have all these like contracts and stuff that you send players. They put like a digital signature, but I mean, really, you don't have a lawyer to enforce it, so it's kind of just on an honor system. Oh, I just realized I still have my screen on and I'm going through DMs. That's kind of dumb. Yeah, it's like there's really no security for these organizations because they don't have lawyers or anything. So it's sort of like an honor system. It sort of sucks, you know. I'm not, you know, obviously I don't know if the whole story. I don't know if Janker was paid at all. But if that is the case and he just takes a spot back, I mean, it's kind of scumbaggy, you know. Again, I don't know if that's true or not. I would need someone to fill me in on that. But, yeah. I don't want to go throwing accusations without knowing the facts, so I'll just say, if he was paid, he's a scumbag. If not, it's completely reasonable.
Yeah. Eddie's saying that Killer G's new team is Nyrock, Rose, Shocks, and Zest, which is basically the God's Children squad. I'm gonna message Killer G now. I need to know. I just wonder how many teams in the finals are going to try and get the exact same roster.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know how that's going to work out.
Because we need 32 completely different teams. Can't have the same player on any roster.
See if anyone tries picking me up.
Maybe.
I got a nice resume. Maybe. 0.62 KD, Vulcan League Season 1.
Oof, nice.
15 out of 16 place.
I mean, sometimes you just... You know, someone has to come last, don't they? So.
Yeah. Well, we didn't come last. We came. Funny thing is, there was a team that stopped playing midway through the league. We finished below them.
Wow.
It It was like 16th spot was a team that stopped playing, then it was us, and then it was another team that stopped playing.
Sad times. Really sad times. Okay, is Reaps coming in or what?
I don't know.
Let me message Reaps.
Or is Slasher doing something right now?
I'm not 100% sure.
He was talking, I added him to the call, and he just... nothing. Both of them are added to the call, so they can hop in.
Okay.
What did they say about Hellbound? We went through all the teams. Yeah, Wild Hog. Hellbound, I think we said something like... We're not sure. Were you in Pink League, Wild Hog? We can't remember. But
Reeves fell asleep.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll just say.
But
we'll do in the call.
So he's already added, so he just needs to open his Skype and he should be able to join. But so Hellbound, if it's the similar roster, then or if it's the same roster, I think is what we're going off of. Obviously they didn't have the most outstanding performance in Pink League, but we said because a lot of the top teams that gave them trouble are sort of out now, they may be able to thrive in Green League depending on how the new competition stacks up against them. Sort of like most of this Green League right now is a big question mark because there's not really any way to predict teams we haven't seen play before. Like, I mean, basically all I saw last season was Divine. Which, I mean, it was nice because they were the top team, but... Rated, what did we say about Rated? Is that Naga's team?
Yeah.
We said they had potential.
Yeah. Someone said, like, what's the top four? I'm going to try and write up my top four now, based on who I kind of know.
Yeah, the team's back up for me. Wait, DeJean, what's your name? What's your gamer tag? So I can see you on the roster. Or what's your team, actually? That would be better.
Wildhog is Hellbound. Fourth column, third row.
Yeah, but his teammate, or not his teammate, but that other guy, like DeJean or whatever. Is he his teammate? All right, let me go through my top four in no specific order. This isn't this has nothing to do with like which team is better than the other because I can't predict that right now. But the teams who I think will finish in places 1 through 4 in no specific order. Hidden Fears.
Same.
Based off the current roster, I don't know how many players are still on there. I'm assuming if there's a roster change, it has something to do with Nyrock, which I think would be for the better if he was not on the team. Then I would have to go with Rated.
I'm gonna have them as like a honorable, not like honorable mention, but like very close outsiders.
And then, so I have, who's that? Hidden Fears, Rated. Then I would say Berserk.
Same.
And then, Subjection. Subjection Esports with AB Cobalt.
Okay.
Again,
I'm going with Hidden Fears, Berserk, Paroxysm, Subjection, and then the two close ones, Rated and Dynamic.
So our one difference is Paroxysm. I could definitely see Paroxysm though. Just the fact that they have Dedicate, that brings a ton. Just like so. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell right now because obviously, like I said, and I've said over and over again, we haven't really seen these teams play yet.
Yeah, and I know that Naga and Rated, they're going to be a solid team, but I can't really put them in this top four now because I just haven't seen them play for a long time.
Yeah,
so I think they can definitely make it. I just haven't seen them for ages, and they've been playing Vulcans a lot. So
did they win that
match?
I can't remember. How did they do in Vulcans?
Obviously, I've got no idea.
Let me see what's on Twitter.
Okay. Dejean has got erupt, so he's teammates with the.
Oh god, there's a new owner for Vulcans, and they put a poll up. First thoughts when thinking about season 4: lit, or lit.
I think I know the guy. I think Toby and.
It's gonna be weird not having Xypher, because Xypher had like his own sort of personality.
Yeah.
Oh, he's here. He's finally here.
Who is?
Armani.
Armani, bro.
I was asleep.
Just picked a random time to go. Yeah.
The Vulcans spammed their whole Twitter with teams joining.
Yeah. One of my teams is. Well, my team is in that. I think is Hyper's like kind of recruiting. He told me that like his dream team of like people he'd be comfortable with, but I don't know if he'd.
My org couldn't really find a together roster, I think.
It was so difficult for me on IW. I literally couldn't keep a roster for a week.
Oh my god, Vulcans for like their finals hit 101 viewers.
Nice.
Dude, if we pull off the series final correctly, we could have a huge stream.
Hopefully. I mean, that is for $1,000, so I'd like to think it's gonna pull it.
Yeah. Alright, they don't have any final playoff standings up on their Twitter. And I don't see a bracket anywhere on their Twitter either.
Let me try and find that link real quick.
I mean, we had 173, but about half of that was probably botted.
Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, like, so I looked at it in, like, our jump. There was, like, a pretty distinct jump at a certain point in the stream. But then we started to gradually rise again, like you would expect from a normal stream.
Yeah.
So, of that 173, there was maybe 100 bots.
Playoffs. There we go.
If not less.
This doesn't look right. Doesn't look right at all.
Okay.
Yo, Armani, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, tell us about your roster, because we don't know.
We don't know anyone.
I don't
We don't
know
know
either at this point. I was playing with some people who just asked me to play. I said yes because they were in Green League, and then it was very fucking boring.
Oh, so you're gonna dip so soon? That's basically what you're gonna try and
Hit it once and then skirt.
Yeah, I would have played with them, but it wasn't fun for them. And then it was like I couldn't play how I wanted to because it was boring. So.
Do you know what's going on with Hidden Fears? At all?
It's Nyrock and Killagy because Logic was left, and then they're trying to get a team set of like 18 and older. So they dropped Ruthless, or they like.
Why does
put
it
him
matter
as,
18 and older on Xbox?
I don't know. They said they want to switch to PlayStation, or Nyrock is trying to switch to Play. He said,
he doesn't even have enough time to play Twitter leagues.
These are his words, not mine. He said next year he is looking to get a PS4 and maybe go to LAN. So he was like, it doesn't make sense to play with people who aren't 4 and 18.
Doesn't make sense to leave every single team you join.
This is what he's told me.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's like, what? Like, he was on a good team, and then he left them because he said he didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know. I don't know. But that's what's happened with that team. It's him and it's Nyrock and Killagy looking for 2. I don't know if they found 2 yet. I know they've been running with people out there.
Are you 18?
Yeah, I'm 20, so.
You hop on their team.
He said he was going to DM me later, but I'm pretty sure he already found somebody.
Okay, so I got the Vulcans bracket.
But I mean, I haven't done anything today.
Okay, so Unreal Nightmare Black, they 3-0'd Hypnotic, moved to semi-finals.
What's Naga's team's name?
Team rated.
Rated.
I
In
don't
that
think
too?
they played in. I don't think they played in Balkans. Let me try and see if.
No, they did. They were playing They were doing a playoff match a while ago.
Are you
Or
sure?
Were they? Was he casting?
They must have
or
been
playing?
under a different team then.
Was he casting or playing? I can't remember.
I know he's only casted, but if anyone on who knows Naga is in the chat, if you could tell us what team you guys were under for. They said Incept.
Incept.
Incept. I'm gonna take a look. I don't see an Incept.
Maybe in an earlier round. I don't know when they got knocked out.
Oh, Inception. Okay. They 3-0 Finesse. Then they lost to Cat 4 Blue. And then they lost 3-1 to Kong. So they were out in losers round 3.
Yeah.
Kong is what knocked Risen out. My org.
Oh yeah.
Kong is good, right? They're pretty.
I think so.
They've been doing good for a while. Let me see. I'm going to their Twitter. I mean, they've been around for like a long time. Oh, they even have an Anaheim roster.
Which team's this, sorry?
Kong. At Team Kong
Oh
Gaming.
yeah, I think I did see them on the bracket.
They got Kratos, Aiden, Jake, and Zay. Who just started a call? What?
I'm trying to do that.
Who was that? I can add them.
Go for it.
It was Slasher. I have him added.
That was loud.
Eddie. What's Eddie's? Oh, let me remember this. Let me make sure I don't have my screen up there. I don't want to leak anyone's stuff. Oh, what is Eddie's? Eddie Myers, is that it?
Yeah.
There we go. He's added.
Don't just say yeah, just to get us to add some random people.
What?
Yo, what's good, childs?
Yo!
Allie, what's up?
That's who it is.
What is up, guys?
Wow,
What
this
is
fool
up?
actually forgot who I was. It's crazy.
What is up, guys? It's Ali here. Did you guys see
Dude, how was E3?
I haven't watched it fully yet.
Dude, did you see the
fell
Fortnite
asleep.
tournament? The commentators were like roasting Ali A. They're like, you won't believe what Ali A is doing. It's like, let's do the fit as many red arrows on a screen as we can challenge.
If I can find this the clip store, I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, damn. How are they? They're losing to GB kids?
Who
I
is?
thought God's Children was good at GBs.
Wait,
I
who
mean,
they
they've
playing?
lost GBs. So.
Who's God's Children playing?
They're not playing anyone. It's Nyrock, Killagy, Zest, and Shocks right now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Is that the Hidden Fears?
No, that's they're gonna go back under Divine.
Whoa. Are they keeping their
Oh,
same
yeah.
Green League spot?
Yeah. So in the league, Hidden Fears is gonna change to Divine.
Wait. Zest is 15, isn't he?
Yeah, but like not. I don't know, dude.
So they screwed with their whole roster so they could get an 18 plus.
So.
They screwed with their whole roster so they could get an 18 plus, and instead they pick up a 15.
No. What happened was they dropped me because I did something stupid, and then they told Ruthless was like, "All right, they'll just be a team of 3," and then Nyrock was just like, "Nah, we want to play with kids who are 18 and older."
So they dropped Ruthless because they want 18 and older and pick up a 15-year-old.
Yes.
They're just trying out right now. I don't know if it's gonna be like
Smart plays.
This is just my personal opinion. If I was anyone, I would not want to team with Nyrock right now because he seems to be pretty unstable with his teams right now.
they
Yeah.
dropped me because we haven't played in 3 days, right? And then like he got off early one night, so I was like, dude, I'm trying to play. I'm not trying to just sit here. So I was hitting up like other people. I was like, yo, I mean, if my team doesn't play, I guess I'm down to run scrims, and they didn't like that at all.
That makes complete sense though, because like the thing with Nyrock is he doesn't have enough time right now. Like he stepped away. He stepped away from Divine, an undefeated team in Pink League.
The thing is with Nyrock, like he's busy a lot during the week.
So why does he keep making new teams if he can't?
And then he said he could play during the weekend, right? But the thing is, I'm pretty sure Hunter always has, or Killagy always has to work on the weekends. Like last weekend, he worked 9-hour shifts on Saturday and Sunday. So it's like, well, we would never have had time to play.
Okay, genuine question though. The owner of Creature was also called Hunter. Is it the same person or are they two?
No, it's not the same person.
Oh, and then who is it?
And right now, I'm scrimming with mistakes in them, so.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure whatchamacallit. What is their org called, Rob?
They are Hellbound.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Hellbound's going to change to the org that I'm under is Hidden Fears, but I don't know yet.
Let me see who owns Hellbound's spot, because if it's Hellbound, then that's not going to happen.
No, it's not a Hellbound spot. Or is it Hellbound spot?
It is, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Mistakes' spot.
It's Hellbound's. Unless Mistakes can prove he's paid for it, it's Hellbound's.
Ooh, interesting.
Just a tip to all orgs: if your team is entering a spot, buy the spot yourself so your team can't screw you over.
Yeah, and all players, if you don't want an org to screw you over, buy the spot yourself.
Yep.
Let me ask Mistakes.
If you want to have control, just put forth the money.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. He told me that they funded for him. I don't even have to ask him.
So what are you gonna do for Green League?
So then I guess I would just leave this org, which I don't really want to do, because I had them. They paid for us, right? So like now they're just gonna have a bunch of league spots and no team.
Well, who owns the Hidden Fear spot right now? Is that you said that's Killagy's spot, right?
No. Hidden Fears have bought their own spots for Vulcan, S&D, and Lux League, but they don't have a KL spot.
Oh.
Honestly, I haven't had one team yet say, okay, like we're not 100% satisfied with the squad, but let's just give it week one and see what it's like. They just want to make changes straight away. I've not seen one team say, okay, let's
that's
try.
The culture of like
Xbox.
amateur COD, Xbox COD teams. If something doesn't work out initially, they don't want to work through it. They don't have the patience.
I mean, like me, I'm happy to try for a week, like at least see what we can kind of build.
So I can't. So freaking Hellbound can't like change the orgs.
They can change the org, but they'll always be the spot owner.
So my opinion, unless there's like a personality clashing issue.
Yeah, you gotta change that rule, dog.
Nah,
What
it
rule?
works.
I've talked to so many people, and not many people like that rule.
What rule?
The one where like even if you buy the spot off someone, like they still technically own it.
Well,
Like
that's the underlining rule though. Is you can't change the spot owner. That's the constant.
I mean, if you buy it
You
off somebody,
technically-
I'm pretty sure if you buy it off of somebody, they own it, but that just means they make all the changes and stuff. So if something happens, you have to tell them.
If you're buying a spot, it's based off of an honor system because it's technically not allowed in Kinetic League rules.
Exactly.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
I mean, if I was to do that, the only change I would do is give both of them co-ownership of the spot.
Yeah.
So then a decision would have to be agreed on both of them and not one or the other.
Well, the thing is,
Damn, now I feel bad for these guys. They just dumped $40 and now they're not gonna have a team.
if you could just like buy spots from anyone, then you could have a situation where it gets to the series finals and Org just swoops up like half the spots and just guarantees themselves $1,000 in the bank, and
Yeah, that's what people are doing.
that wouldn't be competitive at all.
Because
I might do that. If someone wants to pay an org for a spot, they'll have co-ownership.
weird. I don't know.
What's like with going back to like the sticking with rosters thing? My opinion is, unless there's like personalities clashing, you should give it like at least like something like 2 weeks, because like you're getting used to each other. You know, you don't know how you play with each other based on the first day or even second day.
And plus, aren't teams going to go into league matches with a different mindset to scrims anyway? So
All right, well, The map's starting up right now, so I'm gonna go.
Ah, okay.
I might be back. I don't know. Depends how long you keep this running. So.
Who knows?
All right. He's still.
See you.
See ya.
All right, and just like PSA to anyone in the chat, if you're in Green or Pink League and want to hop in here, or even just an avid Kinetic League fan and want to hop in here, we'd be glad to listen to your opinion. We're willing to hear from anyone pretty much, as long as you keep it civil. All right, so actually, let me load my DMs. I can see what we have listed up here. Is Slasher in here?
I don't think so.
All right. Does anyone know about Kazil, like the situation surrounding them?
That team's done.
How did that come to be? Like, what happened?
We lost, and then everybody just left.
Just like that?
Yeah.
That's kind of sucks.
For a team that was so good and came so close, like, surely you could have.
Yeah,
I mean, for another league.
I didn't play the game until Pink League started. I'm pretty sure nobody else on that team played until Pink League started. So we definitely could have practiced more and went further, but once we lost, I'm pretty sure everybody was just like, I mean, that was the second time we choked. It was like back to back. Like we choked to Divine, and then we choked to that team, and then
Were they both good teams though? Like Divine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Divine had 2 subs, and then the other team had like their player, but then they had 1 sub who everybody was saying was like really good, but went up 2-0 and then lost 3 maps straight. So after that, it was pretty much over with, and then Janker went to subjection. I don't know what I'm doing.
Who's not subjection anymore, right?
No, he's still on subjection.
I think something.
That's Berserk here right now.
Oh, well then, yeah, that special doesn't play anymore. Skilled Tempt was looking for a team. I don't know if he found one. And then I'm just here.
I want to say he did.
I don't see him. Sorry.
Well, he doesn't play, so, I mean, I doubt he did. But that is what happened. We lost, and then it ended. I was talking about it with
if that whole up thing didn't happen, you guys would have been fine.
Yeah. We could have stayed together, but once we lost, everybody just kind of got depressed because we choked. And then,
Oh, yeah. So, what's up with God? So, like, God's Children, they're not, like, an organization or anything, so...
No, that's just, like,
Rob,
their team.
Who owns their league spot, Rob?
Zest.
Yeah, I was about to say Zest does. And 2 of the people from God's Children left, too.
Well, yeah, they're completely reforming because Nyrock is trying to do his thing.
Well, no, Nyrock has a league spot, Trilogy has a league spot, and that's like 3 players on the same team with a spot.
Wait, Nyrock has a league spot? Let me check that because I don't see his name.
I thought it was Floggin who had that.
Well, they're switching back under Divine, so.
Does Divine own a league spot?
Yeah, Divine has a spot. I'm pretty sure.
In green?
No, in pink, because that's why what's it called left.
Didn't Floggin own that spot? Didn't he?
Does he?
Yeah, Floggin owned Divine spot. That's why he took it back and changed it to Lux.
Ah, okay. Well, then never mind. Nyrock doesn't own a spot, but Trilogy has a spot and Zest has a spot, and they're like.
Trilogy owned the Ryzen spot that originally entered, and then.
I don't know what's happening there. But if they pick up Zest, they'll have 2 players on the team with spots in playoffs. And Trilogy has a green spot too, so it's really weird.
I'm really surprised God's Children broke up.
Well, they only broke up because 2 of the people were like older and couldn't play anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2 of the guys were like hit to work too much or something. So
that sucks. That's never fun. Having to give up or something like that. I guess it happens to like most people. It always sucks when that day comes.
Yeah.
Well, let's shift over a little bit. So there's Anaheim is obviously this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 teams in our community that I know of or 2 orgs in our community that I know of that are sending teams to Anaheim. There's Kinetic, which obviously Rob has stake in. And then there's also Kong sending a team.
Oh, there's Solitary that's in the Green League as well. Did we even call us?
Who's that?
Cover Solitary?
Solitaire?
Solitary. Oh yeah, we covered those guys, but they had a team as well.
What's their org at?
At Solitary Pro. Yeah, so there's my team, Kong, and Solitary. The ones I noticed.
So 3. Wow. Do they have a graphic? Do they have a tweet like announcing that?
I'm not 100% sure. Cultivate Gaming, they qualified for the finals. They've got a team.
So there's a lot of people.
Yeah. Clairvoyance, wow. They played in yellow. They've got a team.
Wow. Well, if you find like tweets like with the rosters, just DM them to me so I can get them up here.
Will do.
I just want to go over the stuff that I have access to right now. So there's a lot of teams in our community in Anaheim.
Yeah, Rapture
Solitary
Rebellion,
did
they
have a
played
tweet.
in the league.
Wild Hog, if you could link that in chat, that would be pretty cool. But I'm gonna put up on the screen right now. We have the Kinetic roster here. These are obviously PS4 players, so we're not gonna know any of them unless you have experience on PS4. It's for any sweepy, skunky, funky kid. So how did they do last time? Do you remember? What's their place?
Yeah, we played Gorilla Esports round 1. I think we have them again so far. In Anaheim, but we played Gorilla Esports, beat them 2-0, and then we got Vitality, the pro team,
French,
and lost 2-0. Yeah, we were kind of ahead for quite a lot of the hard point, but we kind of fell off towards the end. And then we won losers round 1, 2, and lost 2-0 to Mazer in round 3.
Oh my god! If Kinetic wins their first match, they play Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro, that sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kinetic, if they beat Gorilla again, they have to go up against Ghost.
Yeah.
Parasite's team.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Now the thing is, like, a couple of hours before the start of Seattle, the bracket did change, so it might happen again. But I said to the guys, and I think they're kind of nervous about it, but I said to them, if you beat Gorilla and you can somehow get a win against Ghosts, the hardest team after that is probably going to be, it could be In Control Gaming.
Or League.
Who kind of had a good run in, I can't remember where it was. They had a good run.
There's also Lethal in that side of the bracket.
Yeah, and Lethal. So if they get any of those teams and beat them, there's just unknown teams from there.
They could also
all the way
end
to
up
full play.
Further up, they could end up against Gong Gaming, Havoc Squad. It's so crazy to see like these orgs that we know mix in with all of these like infamous stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Rush. Oh my god. Hey, your team has a higher seeding than Rush, the number 1 team in Japan. You think Rush can beat Heretics?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know anything. I'm just.
They scrimmed against Gone, scrimmed against them and kind of thumped them. United scrimmed against them, and I actually think it was closer when they scrimmed against United. Where's Kong?
Kong is 45. Playing against Voltic.
The chances of Kinetic running against Kong is very low.
Yeah, I think
Voltic.
best
Kong,
chance would be in pool play.
So Kong,
that's our only chance.
Kong will probably win their first matchup against Voltic if these seeds are accurate. Then they have to play against Bittersweet. I forget Bittersweet, is that? Did they pick up Fastball?
I'm not sure, but they could get Elevate in round 3.
Bittersweet just got like a decent roster.
Elevate just picked up like 4 veterans apparently. I'm not sure who it was. I need to double check the website, but they just picked up a bunch of people.
There you go. Bittersweet. Found their Twitter. Oh, they have I don't know who 2 of these players are. Eric Jet and Hate. I don't know who they are, but they have Demise and Human Jesus on their team. 2 players. Human Jesus played in Champs, and I think Divine did too last year.
Okay.
Yeah, then Elevate if they were to beat them. And then probably Giants if they were to win that next match. I mean, if they can beat Giants, if they beat Giants, they'd be 1 match away. I think Kong, they actually have a fairly good bracket. Like, as far as it goes, the difficulty is relatively manageable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Like, they
like
still have to
anyone
play
can kind
higher
of come out of
seed.
nowhere and surprise us.
Kong still have to play against higher seeds, but the gap isn't as great as Kinetic.
I mean, I'm kind of... The positive with this is I know that for now it's just investment and it's about getting the pro points for now. So even if they go on a long losers bracket run,
well, at this
then
point,
they get more pro points. Plus, if they play Ghost, that's experience.
At this point,
I'm happy for them to get that.
You guys are only 2 spots out of Champs, aren't you? Isn't it 64 teams in Champs? Oh wait, no, you gotta... It would be... Sorry, it's it would be 16 Pro League teams, then the 48 seeds.
Okay.
But it depends. I don't know how many, like, North American teams, but you can get a rough estimate. I think right now Kong, they're within the top 48 open bracket teams, which would put them around qualification for Champs.
Well, if they can get to round 4 in winners or losers, then that'll be a solid number of pro points.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely...
So give them a good chance.
You guys can definitely get Champs if you have some good placings. All right, let me get who else do we have? What were the other teams?
I think that was, in terms of ones that we know in the community, that was about it.
There was Solitary. That was it, right?
Yeah. Let me see.
I just want to see.
Yeah,
all
they
the
have
seedings.
Prowl Esports, and then they played Taboo. I think Taboo's an Australian team.
Yeah, they're the 3rd best Australian team.
Well, okay.
After Tainted Minds.
And if they win that, and then they could face Cultivate in round 3, who is in KL finals, so they could.
Oh, really? Cultivate?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually interesting. Cultivate probably has a better shot with their seeding. They don't have to play against Taboo. Yeah, so that's it for the people we know.
But Conquest, though, they could face Conquest, which is seed 24, which is still good.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I haven't seen it's just like Green League. I haven't seen most of these teams play. But I don't know, it's fun to speculate. It would definitely be cool if we saw some of these teams in our community come out on top.
I mean, what would be quite nice is if, like, Casters could actually go there, and if we could get gameplay from the bracket matches, that would be good.
That would be cool. Well, oh my god, think about it this way. So you know how, like, Delta and Charlie Stream, they don't have casters, right?
Yeah.
What if, like, one of their matches was on there and I just whip up my stream and I'm casting the match?
Nah, just do it. Just
That
I'll
would
get
be
the
so...
graphics ready.
Yeah.
I'll get the graphics ready. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm casting Anaheim, guys. They forgot to put me... CWL forgot to put me in their graphic, but I'm definitely casting there.
I would 100% do that.
That would be pretty cool. I don't know. They only stream, like, the final rounds of the open bracket, right?
Yeah.
So they would have to have a solid run in order for something like that to come to fruition, but My God, would it be amazing. Well, we've burnt out just about every topic, haven't we?
I think so.
So, with that being said, Green League is starting up in 2 hours. I don't know if there's any people playing the matches at midnight, but we're gonna have this podcast is weekly, so there's gonna be another one next Thursday at 8:30. We're gonna actually have some results from Green League, maybe even some gameplay that we can go over, analyze, sort of discuss how these teams are matching up. We'll probably have more set in stone rosters at that point too that we can analyze. This week is pretty much just all speculation because we're sort of in an unknown period right now. We're sort of sitting back and waiting for something to happen. So we'll see how that plays out, guys. Thank you for everyone who came out here. Thank you for Rob for helping me run this. Thank you to Armani for coming in as a guest. Thank you to Eddie for coming in as a guest.
After his nap.
Guys. Yeah, after his nap. Yeah, that's gonna be it for us, guys. Make sure to follow if you haven't already. You'll get notified every time this goes live. Follow me on Twitter. I'll put that in chat because I also tweet every time I go live. We may end up streaming on this channel some Green League matches, so make sure to stick around for that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm Jim Walker 72, signing off.